Unicorn Circuit.
Welcome to the Unicorn Circuit, your weekly dose of car news, automotive fiction, non-fiction, random stuff from the internet, Fanking, my cars, your cars, our towns, your towns, story times.
And random eat bags.
That's right. This week, no doubt, if you have seen our other channel yesterday, we released is that the news? Is that the news section? Our new car?
I don't know.
Is it?
It's news. Is it newsworthy? Let's go to the news.
This week in the news, of course, breaking news on the Interballs. Mighty Car Mods, the other show that we make, has a new project car. It's an HQ Holden that I bought from a young/old fella down south. Basically, the way that story went is that I saw one of these cars for sale on some race car website, and I thought that looks pretty cool. Now, these cars are expensive. Like when they're roadworthy, they can be $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, and I said to this guy, is your car still available? And he's like, no, but his mate had one. So I rang his mate, and his mate goes, yep, I've got one, it's 10 grand. And I just went, man, I'll transfer you the money. Sent a truck down there to pick it up, and then showed it to you. And you. It's amazing.
So for anyone
the build of it starts on Thursday.
So for anyone who wasn't born and raised in Australia, you might be wondering what's the big deal about HQs and why is everyone getting so excited? Well, for a lot of people, these were cars that you grew up in, that your parents had or your uncle had. Like anyone we've spoken to, probably in the age of 30 plus or 40 plus, pretty much everyone we've spoken to has said, I had one, my mum had one, my dad had one, my uncle had one. Every one of those people have had one before in their life. And so it's sort of like a bit of a big deal and a real icon on the road. Used to see them all the time. I wanted one as a first car, but back then they were still quite expensive. And the cheap option was a Gemini, which was also made by Holden at the time. So similar sort of era of car. Made in the 70s, early 70s to mid 70s. There were other models before that looked kind of similar, but these ones were known as Kingswood. I don't think I know if ours is a Kingswood though. Is ours something else?
A Belmont.
A Belmont. Is that a Belmont?
I think so.
And then there was a Premier, which I think was like the really fancy version that had and it's got weird stuff like your high beams is on a little pedal and you click the pedal with your foot, and it's just a whole different era of car. Big bench seats in them.
Yeah.
Totally different era.
Somebody had said to us that we should just leave it as it is and go and do part of the HQ Racing series, which I think would be cool. It's not the intention for this build, which you will find out on Thursday. When we tell you guys exactly what it is that we're doing with that car. That would be a cool thing, and I get it, but it was not why we did it, and you'll find out
Funnily
soon.
enough, one of the reasons that racing series is not as popular as it once was is because if you bin it into a wall or you wreck a panel, you can't get panels.
Yeah. If you can, they're expensive.
Or they're reproductions or whatever. I think we worked out the front of our car, the bumper bar or the grille or something is actually worth money.
Thousands of dollars.
I was shocked. But they're getting rare. It's 40-something years old.
And the engine's worth $3.
It's a similar era to the 240Z though, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
It's almost the same year.
Yeah. Which is why people have been saying it would make a really good race.
You reckon?
Moving on to the car news, Martin. What have we got this week?
Car news, we've got lots of exciting car news. We've got the Ford Mark I, which I think we may have mentioned once before, which is this mysterious thing that is apparently happening from Ford. It's kind of supposed to look a bit like a Mustang, or maybe not, or maybe it's going to be an SUV. SUV utility crossover vehicle. Now, as soon as I read SUV crossover utility vehicle,
I start to fall asleep.
Everything that could have been cool has gone out the window. Because I started thinking, cool, the last Falcon Ute they made in Australia looked pretty tough. It's imagine if there was a cool sort of jacked up thing with a tray in it and it was fast, and apparently going to be electric, but I think it's more likely to be hybrid, and then I think we're going to see this big jump to hybrid first before it all goes electric.
Yes.
Because for Ford to come out with something that looks like a Falcon Ute with big mud tyres on it that's also electric is unlikely.
Yeah. And that's a hard thing, I think, for consumers to really bite into as well, because it's electric ute. I think that sounds cool, but I think some people are going to struggle with that. Electric dirt bikes haven't really taken off.
No,
people are into them and they like them.
Scarily
fast, but people haven't really taken. I think people just like the noise.
And the rumor is that these things are based on the C platform, which I think in Europe you can buy C-Max. Remember we saw them at the plant, which is also what the Focus is based on. So if it's based on a Focus and it doesn't have all the Focus driveline, you're going to get a front-wheel drive hybrid thing.
Mercedes has done a recall of their vehicles. I'm not sure if any of our viewers have a Mercedes or could afford one or do afford one, but if you do, there has been a recall of their airbags. This is not to do with the mass Takata airbag recall. This is their own thing. Basically what they've said is that 78 units across A-Class, B-Class, C-Class, E-Class, GLA, GLC and AMG GT ranges could be affected, which would see the airbag gas generator housing eject metal parts into the inflator if it's deployed. If you do own one of those cars, you can head on down to your dealer or contact them. They'll fix it up for you at no cost. So make sure you do that. That's a public service announcement.
Another cool one that came up was that Peugeot are making a plug-in hybrid. Just kidding, that's not cool at all, but it just goes in what I was saying before about it's all going to go hybrid.
I was getting worried then.
Plug-in hybrids are going to be a thing. People are going to see more and more and more of them as these manufacturers go, oh, electric's a thing, let's go. And they actually work.
Yeah.
They do work fine. The other one that came up that was pretty cool is Porsche. Well, I don't know if this is cool, but Porsche have made a HUD system, which is head-up display that goes, superimposes over your windscreen. And when you go to a racetrack, it puts a little display to tell you what line to take.
Like a computer game.
And when to brake. It's based on computer games tech, basically.
Yeah, right.
Is that good or bad? Because if you're going around a racetrack in your Mad 240 or your HQ, and there's some dude in a Porsche with his glasses on and his iPhone in his ear and stuff, and he's just like, I'm going to go very far, look, and just following, just like a zombie following this little line thing and goes, I got a good lap time.
Well, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, that's just using technology for what it is. The problem is that if somebody wants to think that their victory is valid when they used all that stuff versus someone who didn't, because the other person might not even know they're racing, you know? If everyone's got the same thing, that's fine. If only one person's using it and, you know.
They made some app where Mark Webber can like talk you through or show you racetrack lines and stuff. I mean, if you're into that stuff, if you're a big F1 nerd and you love expensive high-end Porsches, then maybe that's cool.
But I wonder if back in the day, like in the 80s and 90s when people were learning pianos, you get those keyboards with the light-up keys and it shows you what keys to press and you go... Like some people would go, that's not real music playing, that's whatever. But if you're going to use it to learn and get better and then turn it off and do it your own way, then I think that's kind of cool. Let's talk about the Supra, Martin. The Supra.
It's exciting.
Toyota Supra is back, everybody, and not only is it back, it's being built in conjunction or developed with BMW. I think it's sharing some platform or some engine with the Z4. And unlike what some people had hoped for with the 86, it is going to be turbo. Yes. Which means that we're going to be able to up the boost and like add some extra cool stuff to it. The car does look pretty cool. It's got the kind of double hump over the roof. Front of it looks good, side of it looks good. I think the rear of it looks like arse at the moment from what I've seen. They've gone for that really, really skinny, very kind of Asian-inspired robot rear end, which I think like doesn't MX-5 look as cool.
Is that back of the new MX-5 is a bit like that, isn't it?
Well, we see it on a lot of Asian cars, you know, and see European cars, they seem to make a bit more of the back, but a lot of the Asian cars, Japanese cars, and even some of the ones coming from other places have this really kind of a squashed rear end, like really thin lights and don't make much of it, you know, whereas I reckon go bold with it. No doubt there will be aftermarket stuff available for it eventually.
Well, they're saying that the motor that's in it, which is based on BMW's 6 they've been using for a while, or at least it's a similar sort of platform, is they're calling it the German 2JZ.
Yeah, right.
And good on them. And
you could call it the GJZ.
The GJZ. People at the moment are driving them. There's journos out there driving like pre-production prototypes, the ones covered in those wraps that makes your eyes
and they're loving it, by the way.
And they're saying like butt dyno is like 240 to 250 kilowatts, even though I think the official will say 220 or something. But I mean, look, those things making 240 kilowatts all day, like it's nothing.
Will it be faster than a Golf, Martin? That's the question.
I hope so.
And rear-wheel drive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, rear-wheel drive, 100%.
That's a good start.
But interestingly, just petrol, like we're not seeing a hybrid thing, which, you know, early on when they start talking about it, everyone's like, well, it'll have an electric hybrid, but they've obviously gone pure for this one, but I would not be surprised if in 2 or 3 years you start seeing, buy the next model up for an extra $5,000, you get like 100 more kilowatts and you just plug it in when you get home, and people will do it.
Maybe the people who are buying this though is going to be somebody who had a shitbox Supra in their early 20s and now they're like 35 and they've got a job and they've got some money and they want to kind of hook back into that purity that they used to be hooking into.
I'm keen to drive one. Yeah, like, it's definitely on my list.
How do we do that? Do we need to ask someone?
No, they said that the actual release is probably early next year. Okay. But the only thing I'm worried about, because I haven't really much experience with Beamers, but I'm worried about, is this going to be like a modern fat 350Z, or is it going to feel a bit more agile and a bit sort of like low slung, a bit more purposeful? Because 350s sort of get stuck in that thing where the idea is great, but they're quite heavy and a bit unwieldy, you know?
Yeah.
Soft.
Maybe we'll find out. Dear
I hope
Toyota, can we have one,
Can we drive a Supra?
please?
Somewhere?
I'll let us drive it or give it to us, whatever you want.
Whatever.
Both. Is that all the news, Martin?
That's pretty
that
much
everything?
all the news. I had one more thing. Bathurst is coming up. The Bathurst race with the V8 Supercars, but it's not called V8 Supercars
They're
anymore.
Supercars now, right?
It's like the Supercar Championship.
Okay.
And something that we spoke about a few episodes ago was the fact that these cars were going twin turbo V6.
Yes.
I was excited because I was really looking forward to hearing these cars like spooling up down the straight at 280 k's an hour. I was actually quite excited about it. That got shelved. They're like, nah, we're sticking with their V8s. We've been working on these things for 20 years. They're push rods, they're simple, they work.
Pure.
We're keeping it V8. But then also, this is probably the last time you're going to see Commodores and Falcons, because as we've spoken about before, that local manufacturing's gone.
Yeah.
You can't really buy them. Like, they're not making any new
They're not going
ones.
to import the Euro version and then rebadge it?
Well, they're talking about having the supercars being like Mustangs and
Yeah.
Camaros.
Okay.
The problem being that those are two-door cars and V8 supercars traditionally are four-door cars. And also, you may or may not know that the V8 supercars, under the skins, they're the same car. So it might look like a Volvo.
Well, there's the same workshops.
It has to be,
right?
yeah, like the same, tube frame and all that kind of stuff. So how do you put a Camaro-looking two-door body with the cage, with the big, soft back on it? How do you fit that? So anyway, that's something that we'll probably see fixed, and hopefully next year we'll start to see some of those cars, because it's a bit weird watching those cars drive around but you can't actually buy them, because the whole point wasn't it win on Sunday, sell on Monday? That's what they used to say.
Well, I think what would be awesome is to bring back, if Mini actually made something that could go head to head, and instead of having this kind of homogenized everything's the same, and I get why, I get that's cool, it's just to spice it up a bit, bring some crazy. Maybe that's the wrong format of it, but I would love to see a Mini just smoking everyone around there. That would just be freaking awesome. I'm sure a lot of people would want to see that.
Amazing.
So let's move it on to, is that even legal? This week on Is That Even Legal, we're heading to France. I was about to say one of our favourite destinations.
Bonjour.
You've been there?
I've been to France a couple of
Bonjour,
times.
mademoiselle.
No.
Ça va?
Ça va bien, merci.
Ça va et toi?
Très bien.
C'est très magnifique.
All the French people
Bebe.
watching this are just like, please be quiet.
Really?
Yeah.
I said, that's a delicious bread roll.
Didn't you say baguette?
Didn't I?
No, you said baby or something.
Yeah, baby is French for shortbread.
Oh, is it?
No. Oh. Anyway.
I love baguettes. Do you love baguettes?
Yeah, I love a baguette.
No.
I love getting a bike and riding around and dodging the poo around the Champs-Élysées and their Tour l'Eiffel. Anyway,
French fans.
Do you live in France? Have you got a pet pig? Well, do you know what's pig called? Poulette.
Poulet? Yeah, I don't know.
No, that's chicken.
It's chicken.
Gambon.
That, sure. Let's
Is
go
it
with that.
something? Anyway, if you got a pet pig, guess what? Don't call it Napoleon. That's illegal.
Next up, it's weird stuff from Unicorn. Weird stuff from Unicorn, also known as weird stuff from the internet, is where we acquire questionable and random items from the internet just to show you what is possible, because that's one of the greatest things about the internet.
Have no
this
idea
show
what
is
this stuff
possible.
is.
So we have a bunch of boxes here with all the stuff crossed out and we
Here's
don't know
one.
what it is. So we're just going to open it and see what it is. No idea what it is.
This one here, I don't know where it came from, but you can crank it open, Martin, and we'll see what it is. And just because I think it's important to show people what kind of ridiculous, incredible things the internet has to offer.
It's going to come out and bite me.
What do you got in there, Martin?
It's a... Oh.
What does that do?
It's called Fart Family Toilet Putty Extra Surprise Inside.
Great. Toilet putty?
Super juvenile.
Do you use it to clean your toilet?
It looks like that, and oh man, I'm scared of opening it.
What is it?
Oh, what is that?
Oh, is it? Do you pull that out?
I don't know. What do you do? What is that?
I think you just...
What are you supposed to do with
It's super gooey.
There's no instructions, dude.
Oh, it feels... I do believe...
Is that like a stress relieving ball thing or
It's
something?
like a stress relieving ball. It's got another thing
so
inside.
gross. Oh my god.
Look at this. It's got an extra bit in there that you can... It's It's got a, look at that. That's the extra surprise. There you go.
That's the extra surprise inside.
That's what people are spending their money on.
People are buying this. I don't know what for.
I don't know either.
Is it supposed to be a stress relieving putty or something?
What I don't like about this, catch that for a sec. Have you noticed now your hand's still wet even when you get rid of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. Let's put that back in there. We'll wrap up that like a little turtle sandwich.
Not sure what to do with that, but...
And there it is.
Good.
That was kind of grot.
That was
there it is.
grot.
I don't recommend that as a kind of a toy. There's not much value in that. And you go, who would buy it?
2-star review.
One of us did.
Oh, okay. I think I understand now.
It makes a fart noise. Oh, that's what it does. That's a bit more entertaining.
That's its purpose.
That's actually pretty good.
Oh my God. It just went to 2.5 stars. Oh. I think you're supposed to use your thumb. Oh, this is squeaky.
Mine doesn't do it, man. I'm too polite.
It doesn't sound good. That's
How did you do it?
That's some food poisoning right there. Oh man, I've got schmutz on my hand.
Wait on. No, mine doesn't work.
Doesn't work?
Mine's like 3 curries deep. Anyway,
I don't know how to make it work.
Next up, we're getting back to cars, of course.
No, it doesn't.
Because each week we love to see your cars.
Oh.
And now we're moving on to
I think I worked it out.
It's time for My Crap Car, the delightful segment of this rubbish show where you guys show us one of your crap cars. You can send us, of course, videos of your car to mycrapcar@theunicorncircuit.com, but don't send it to us and then do a copyright claim like those other people did, because then that's really annoying.
Because that's super weird.
Don't send it to us if you're then gonna, just don't. Send it to us if you want to put it on the show. Don't send it to us, get us put it on the show, and then say you don't want it on the show, because that's...
Because you sent it.
That's weird. Anyway, this week, Martin, it's a one-tonner.
Appropriately, it's a one-tonner, which is based on like a HQ, HZ, HJ, HX, WB cab chassis version from way back in the 70s. It's like pretty much same deal as our Kingswood, only a Ute version, and they're cool as.
More utilitarian.
And they're cool as. Check it out.
G'day Marty, Moog, Unicorn Circuit. My name is Michael, and I'd like to introduce you to My Crap Car. For those of you who aren't familiar with Australian cars, this is a 1977 Holden One Tunnel. Back in the day, these cars were very popular in Australia. They came out in many variations, such as sedan, wagon, coupe, panel van, and ute. This particular example is fitted with a 253 cubic inch V8 hooked up to a 3-speed automatic transmission. Now, it doesn't quite run properly. The carburetor needs a rebuild. It leaks oil and coolant, as you can see. It's fitted with features such as a cordial overflow bottle, no wiring for the washer bottle, which leaks, and it has power steering, which it didn't originally come with from the factory. Most of the gauges in this car are either inaccurate or don't work. It has no air conditioning, the heater doesn't work, the cup holder is well attached, it has a third seat belt for extra safety, and let's find out if she wants to run. The exhaust is very quiet. It's also fitted with a chrome spare wheel cover off a Honda of some description. So yes, it will fit your Honda. Thanks Unicorn Circuit for taking a tour around My Crap Car. And yes, we are on private property, so yeah, she doesn't like to skid.
So there it is. That is a rad car, some retro utilitarian goodness.
You still see a lot of these things on the road because they do look fat.
They do look good. Martin, I'd love to see something from Russia.
Yes.
You know, because I've watched some of these like Russian dash cam videos.
Yep.
Are you from Russia? Are you watching over there? I would love to see some of your nuggets. We drove some Russian cars when we were in Cuba. They were frightening but awesome. There must be some crap cars in the motherland
And
of Russia.
even newer crap cars are fine too. Like, what are you cruising around in?
Yeah.
Like, just show us. Like,
show us your crap
show us
car.
your
We would
thing.
love to see it. Next up, it's time for Marty's conspiratorial buttwang. It's time for tinfoil hat cat.
This week on... Is that the Conspiracy Hat Cat? How good is the cat with his little foil hat? So good. Anyway, this week on Conspiracy Hat Cat, we're talking about the internet, which we don't really do that much because there's a lot of shows out there where the internet talks about the internet. Isn't it like the centipede eating its own tail, as we've spoken about before? Super awkward. Anyway, YouTube have started knocking back conspiracy theories, which seems relevant because we're talking about conspiracy theories, but conspiracy theories like we didn't go to the moon and all that kind of stuff, which I know someone's going to say in the comments that we didn't. YouTubers started going, you know what, if you're just putting conspiracy theories all through our platform, you can just go away. And instead, they've started like putting money and resources towards people that are doing educational stuff and news outlets that have a bit of reputation, because this is also to try and combat the fake news thing. So the conspiracy is that the conspirators are being conspired against in a conspiracy to stop them spreading conspiracy theories, which means we'll probably get shut down too.
Australia's real. We live there.
Oh.
That's the most trending conspiracy theory at the moment, is Australia doesn't exist.
Is it?
Actually, no, you're right. It doesn't exist. Never come here.
Never. No.
Our...
It's pretty good, man. People should come and hang
No,
out.
they shouldn't, because we don't actually exist.
Oh, and then
They can leave the beers and women to us. And everyone
my
else.
God.
Sorry, I don't know. I'm just
Next
saying
up, we are
silly
doing
things.
Fank of the Week.
Fanking is the deceptive and delightful art of recontextualizing a product's name by taking a photo of it down near your crotch, then putting it on the internet so three people who are watching this show can go when we show it. We don't show them all because sometimes they're too rude, but even if they are
Way
rude, we
too
show them. Let's just hook into it. This music that plays in the background, we made this on an iPhone while we're eating kebabs once.
Ding, 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 ding,
Yes,
ding,
it was
ding,
done
ding,
using
ding, ding,
an
ding,
iPhone
ding,
app.
ding, ding, ding,
Anyway, here we go, everybody. Let's just
What were
kick
you
this
eating when
right
you made
off
it? It was a burger, wasn't it?
with nice and juicy. Boom. Nice concrete floor, nice shoes. Polish them up.
Polished.
Well done. Martin, this is banana hand milk. I don't know what that actually
Magic
is.
food. Is it food?
It's
Tony.
magic food banana. I don't know what that is. Can
mysterious.
someone send it to us?
Yeah.
If you've got some banana hand milk, the actual product, could you send it to us, please?
I know a lot about this guy just from this photo. He has nicely manicured thumbnails, which means he looks after his hands, and also he used to be a ballet dancer.
Really? There you go, mate. Martin, this is just the cock edition. Well done. Good job. He's got two lady
Red Bull
friends.
as well. Good job, Red Bull.
Well done, everybody. My nuts.
Oh, simple.
They look
look
delicious.
amazing.
Anything that's red
Oh, man.
is delicious. You know, you get like a stir fry and it's got
That
like
making
red
me
sauce
really
in
hungry.
it.
Oh,
Delicious.
That looks good. I want to munch those nuts.
Thick and easy, mate.
Well done.
Get on it. Martin, this is Dick Max.
It's
Super battery. Look at those. You don't see many of those anymore, do you? I mean,
No.
they try and convince you. Each one of those batteries is like, we're the best for smoke alarms. Do you want to save your family? Trying to scare us into buying their stuff. Next time you see those batteries, have a look. Their packaging is all about save your family.
Right. Emotional motivation to buy their stuff.
Jack ring.
Jack's ring.
Oh, Jack's ring.
They look good too.
That does look good.
What do you reckon they're made out of?
Way better than the snacks we
Looks
got
like
this
an
week.
apple.
Ripped off this week with our snacks. There you go, Martin. I don't know what that said
That's
before.
some clever fanking, because that said super minis, and he's changed that
is
to
it?
look like sperm.
Oh, is that what it
with a
said?
fold. That's a fanking fold.
I've never seen a fanking
I haven't seen a
fold, I don't
fanking
think.
fold before. Good job.
I might give him just a notable thank.
Well done.
Well done.
Excellent.
Next up, cream of tart. That's interesting. They're using a phone and a finger. We've also never seen that before.
Oh, what?
See, they're holding a phone with a product on it, then thanking the phone while fingering the phone.
Oh, so do you think someone sent them a picture of that
And then they thanked it. Yeah.
That's Fankception.
It is Fankception.
Bonker.
Bonker.
I want to
Now,
eat that too.
I'd like to eat that as well,
That
but I
looks
think
coffee.
it's got coffee in it.
Oh, it's coffee.
Bleh.
Bit grot. Oh, decaffeinated. It's decaffeinated
Dirty
as well.
drink.
Maybe it'd be alright. Yeah.
Martin, that's a creamy boner. There you go.
Banana.
There you go. Well done.
Using light as well to enhance
Yes.
his fank.
Nut and go,
Seen
breadsticks.
it before, but love it. Every time we get this one, I still like it.
It's still good.
Still thinking creatively.
I love bump mutton. There you go. I don't know. What was that before?
I don't know.
A pump? A love pump?
A
maybe?
belly belt. I think it holds. Oh, it holds your guts in.
Oh, it does. Wow.
Holds your guts in if you got big guts.
And Fank of the Week, a drum roll, everybody. Fank of the Week. Blow and go. Squeeze,
What's he
blow,
doing?
shake. It's that easy.
What's he doing, but?
He blew and grew.
Is it beard oil or something? That's alcohol test.
I don't know what it is.
Why does he look so happy?
I don't know. Because he's drunk? I mean, because he's not drunk? I don't know, man.
Did you know that in Queensland, if you get drunk and you sleep in your car and you're just like parked up in a car park somewhere, but you're asleep in your car, you can still get done for like drink driving. It's not the same charge as drink driving, but you can still get in trouble for it.
Really?
Because you're in control of that vehicle.
What if you're in the back seat?
Doesn't matter. The keys are in the car. You're in control.
What
of
if there's no keys in the car?
Well,
What
then
if
I
your
think
friend
you're
puts it in
alright.
there?
I think you're alright.
So
Isn't that weird,
the moral
though?
of that story is people need to rectally hide their
And
keys.
next time we do this show, we should. What?
What? Like if you've got no keys, you can't get in trouble. I heard a story recently.
So you would just shelve your keys?
No,
Just put them on the
well,
shelf.
it depends what kind of car
Stick
it is.
them on the
You wouldn't
shelf.
want to do that with one of these new Volkswagen fobs.
Oh,
Or maybe you
Volkswagen
would,
fobs.
Anyway,
Oh, that's how you unlock your car without, just going.
Martin, I heard this story recently about a police officer in the States.
Lock my car.
Yes, yeah. And he was doing
Oh, what
this,
if you got the double
security
unlock,
shift.
like the second two-stage?
He was doing his security shift and then he was like working all night. He'd done a double shift, really tired. Went down and sat in his patrol car and then you know what? I'm just going to have a little snooze. Got in the back, closed the door, had a little snooze, woke up like half an hour later. You can't get out of the back of the police car. You cannot get out. And so he was caged in.
That's when you're squeezing it
he
to
couldn't
make,
reach
when you press it
any
for
of his
long enough and
equipment.
then the
All he
alarm
had
goes
was a
off
torch.
so you can find in
And
the
so
car
he got
park.
his torch and he was like flashing it at people and he was stuck in the back of his car and eventually he realised that he had a phone or he had something so he had to ring 911 and goes, I'm a police officer, I'm stuck in the back of my car.
And they activated every single cop in
And
the
they
whole
sent
area.
every single person down there.
But he got
And
out
then-
before the cops got
Well,
there.
then once the cops came down
Yeah.
to see him,
He heard the cops,
he
yeah.
like flashed his light at them and they're like, well, he's obviously fine. So they didn't check that and they kept looking around for him.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Hang on, just gotta lock my car.
next up.
Or shall I leave it unlocked? No. On a Volkswagen, if you hold it long enough, the windows go down. Their windows are down.
Yes.
And the sunroof goes as well, doesn't it?
Does it?
I think you can program that.
I don't know.
But you'd have to press two buttons at once, that'd be kind of awkward because you have to. It'd be super weird.
You love a slow Volkswagen, don't you?
No,
Don't you?
no.
You honestly believe your car's... Anyway, I'm not going to start this Volkswagen thing again.
Please don't start this Volkswagen thing
Some
again.
people have got some fast Volkswagens, man.
Oh, man.
They do.
Yeah, they're called Audis. Or Porsche.
Volkswagens are cooler than Audis.
Or Skodas, or the other brands they just randomly pump out of the same factory and be like, hey, look, this is different, yeah. It's not. It's the same.
Martin, next up,
Haldex.
we got, what have we got? mytown.
Oh, I'm doing a sick front wheel skid. Oh, look, I got some retraction. Oh, lucky you got that in the snow in Australia.
Man, I'll learn you.
Too sexy to chop every VW in the world, man.
Dude, don't.
You'll just chop every
Don't.
VW.
You're on the wrong channel for this.
What do you mean?
Because you're...
Oh, that's that other show. That no one
Anyways,
watches.
have we got a mytown?
Is anyone still watching?
No, they're not, Martin.
I don't think-
Do we have a mytown?
I want a mytown.
Is there
Someone
mytowns?
take us.
Someone film your town. Send us a video. How can we entertain you with this if you don't send us something?
No, no, really
Send
wanna
us a
see-
video of your town. I want to
Really
see.
wanna
It was
see
my
town.
favourite bit of this
It's
show
my
until you
absolute
stopped
favourite
doing
bit
it.
of town.
Please, someone take a video of your town and send
You know
it to
why?
us
Because
and then not copyright
the three
claim us.
people who are
Please.
watching,
they've
already
them
sent
in.
us one.
Someone right now, close this window. Don't just go and get your phone. Put it out your window
Half
for all
an
I
hour.
care. Point it out your window, one shot, tell me your town.
It
Just
can-
show me your
take us
hill.
up- take us
show
up
me your
Mount
grass.
Druitt.
Show me your ant scrotum. I
Take
don't
us up
care.
Mount Druitt. Take us to Runaway Bay. Take us to Sunshine.
Take us to Malta, Mexico,
Yes.
Madagascar,
Yes.
or the Maldives.
Cairns. Bundaberg. Doonan. There's so many good places.
Glenorrhy,
Yatala.
Wiseman's Ferry,
Yes.
Kenthurst, Illawong,
Yeah, do it.
Heathcote,
Do it. Engadine. The Royal Nasho. Don't go jump off a
Ashfield.
cliff. No, don't jump off a cliff in Royal Nasho unless it's into the water and you're doing it for fun.
What? Ashfield.
Yeah.
Take us to Ashfield,
I
man.
want to see Ashfield. What's the best place to
Take
get
us
lunch
to
in Ashfield?
Hurstville and buy a kebab.
Yes.
And then show
Best
us what's
kebab.
in that kebab before and after you eat it. No, just
On the way in and the way out.
No, just show us.
That would be really hard when you're
just
trying to
do
unlock
that.
your car and there's a kebab
Take us
coming
to
out. You're like,
Lygon Street in
whoops,
Melbourne.
there goes my kebab.
Take us to
But
Glenelg
my
in
doors are
Adelaide
unlocked.
and try not to get eaten by a shark.
What?
Take us for a tram ride.
Yes.
Go to Perth
Yes.
if you've got a few spare days to get there because it's so far away.
What's next? Are we
Take
doing,
us to
are we
Indonesia.
doing the
Take
new
us
section?
to Kuta.
Are we doing the new
Take
section?
us to Bali.
New section?
Take us to Hokkaido again.
New section?
We've got a brand new
We've got
section,
a brand new
everybody,
section.
including new music, which is featuring the Roland Juno analog synthesizer made in the early 80s. Everybody, it's a brand new section of the Unicorn Circuit. Let's hit it. How cool was that? Did you see
good.
it? Mailbag?
See what you did there with the mail.
See the mailbag?
mail's
And
bag.
did you hear the music?
Mail's bag. Very good. Mailbag's an exciting new section of the Unicorn Circuit by popular demand because people were like
three of you.
collaring us,
No, this is
collaring
legit.
us at meets
Right.
and stuff and can I please send you a thing? And
Okay.
so we said,
I wanna
finally
show
said,
you.
okay, and we set up a little mailbox thing.
I'm not even
and so now
joking.
there's mail bag.
I'm not even joking. It's not even that. This, by popular demand, two of you sent us something.
We have 2 weeks worth of Unicorn Circuits.
No, we opened them both. Because this is mailbag, we open everything.
Awesome.
So
What's that
we've
one?
got two things. So this one, let's just kick into it. So we are Mighty Car Mods, PO Box 475, Sydney Markets, New South Wales 2129. You can send us things. Now this one here, this has got a brand on it. This says Purina.
And it
on
says sample.
So I don't know if they were just wanting a free shout out
this an accident?
for their food, or if this is not actually meant to come to us. But I do believe that they make pet food, Martin. And in here we have some
Oh, it's like a adult
Purina One.
visible. How did they know I have a cat?
Really?
Some conspiracy theories,
But
man.
Martin, maybe who sent this to us?
There's someone
It's
watch,
completely unthingoed.
someone, what I can tell you is someone who works at this Purina joint is sitting there when they're supposed to be working, watching Unicorn Circuit. Good on you.
But Martin, you can see a visible difference in your cat's health.
Really?
I don't know why that was sent to us. Did we ask to see it? Did we want this?
Healthier digestion. How are you supposed to know if your cat's got a healthier digestion? You got to check its. Oh, I know how you know if your cat's got healthier digestion. Your VW car keeps unlocking itself. Because the cat ate the key. No, because the cat shelved the key like you did, because its owner did.
All right, I'm moving on. We will feed that to Martin's cat. And thank you. I don't know why you sent it to us. If you could explain, I would love to see it. Did we say we want some cat food?
I don't remember
Have we
saying
said-
I wanted cat food.
No, maybe did Conspiracy Hat Cat meow? We said send us some food, did
Oh,
we?
conspiracy cat. It's to feed the conspiracy cat, dude.
Is it? All right.
Well, I'm not eating it, so the
Okay.
cat has to.
This next thing here, this is from Scott Griffiths.
Thanks, Scott
Thank you very
Griffiths.
much. There's two things in there, Martin, it would appear. And this is what we've got from him, mate. There you go. You've got a Kiwi style build. Oh, there's a note. Here we go. Hey, Moog and Marty, my brother and I make these and thought you might too.
Oh, cool.
Might suit the Mira and the Datsun.
Oh, that's cool.
Strange, can only be by a few months. Cotton Phillip, KiwiStyleBuild.com. And it is, Martin, it is. Congratulations on your purchase of the KSB Gen 1
Oh, cool.
key holder.
It's 3D printed. It's
Slide key into the insert, narrow slot for Mazda or Nissan, wide slot for most Toyota. Push the key with insert into ignition to determine depth. Make sure the key can be turned. Slide the key with insert into the handle. Push it until it clips into place. To remove, grip the key and push. Pull on the key and wiggle side to side to see if it moves.
And it's got one of those quick release things too.
What does
Look.
it do exactly, Martin?
It's remember the 180SX had a screwdriver key.
Oh, right.
But it fits all different sorts of keys. I think is the idea.
Oh, I see.
it
This is
clips
actually
in.
cool.
That's very
We can
clever.
actually use this.
And I think it's all 3D printed. Yeah, it is. But with different. Like that's some quite tricky 3D printing.
Whoa!
to be honest.
Look at that. That's intense. They've actually
very cool.
made that themselves.
Thanks,
That's
Kiwi
really
Style
cool.
Build.
Thank you
Dude.
very much. You can check these out at KiwiStyleBuild.com. That's really cool. Thank you, Scott and Philip. And that is
Try that out. I don't have my mirror key, but I'm going to try it out.
That is
with
some
my key.
fancy 3D. Look at that. That's
Yeah,
clean.
it's very cool.
And incredible. There it is.
Nice.
That was Mailbag, Martin.
Mailbag's the winner.
Thank you. Of course, if you would like to send us something, the address is up on the screen, or it's not, but it should be. Otherwise, someone's getting fired.
Am I going to find me for?
I don't know. You can fire me. Let's just see.
Next up, it is Random Eat Bag, my favourite part of the show, particularly when I'm hungry.
This week on Random Eat Bag, we don't have
What?
We don't have anything because we just forgot. We forgot. We normally try and buy something and then we don't have anything.
What is that? Can I eat that?
That's just chips.
Can I eat
They're
that?
just chips.
But what are they? What kind of chips are they?
They're just potato chips. That's all we had here because they were in the cupboard. It's 100% natural chips. Australia has a fairly paltry selection of potato chips.
The place to be for good chips,
Japan,
arguably.
UK.
UK is chip capital of the world. You guys do crisps, chips, what do you call them? Crisps? I don't know. You do them better than like anyone. America isn't run for the money, but sometimes their stuff's a bit samey as well.
Haven't got one of them, mate.
Are they good?
They're crunchy.
Do you like plain chips? Are these plain chips? Why are plain chips blue?
I don't know.
Plain chips in Australia are blue. Salt and vinegar chips are blue in other parts of the world.
Salt and vinegar chips are purple here, and
Or like
sour cream
pink.
and chives are green.
Chicken's green.
And how are they tasting, mate? You enjoying those?
All right.
Yeah, good.
Gluten free. Are these vegan?
I don't want you to see the use-by date because they've been there for years. They've been there for years, but they're still fine. No, they did use by a year and a half ago. Anyway, that's showing you how desperate things are here on this highly budgeted and funded show.
They're not
that
vegan.
We're bringing you for your entertainment.
They're not vegan, dude.
Aren't they?
No.
Did someone say they were?
Non-GMO, 100% natural, no artificial colours or flavours served, no added MSG, gluten-free, do the right, whatever that is. But no.
How do you know they're not gluten, not vegan?
Because I think it says it's like, you know, they say made on the same.
Oh, made on the
as.
same thing as steaks.
Sometimes I think that's like made in the same building as, because if you've got some dust from something that goes in the air and then it settles on your chip and they tested it, I guess technically it wouldn't be vegan, right?
I guess so.
Are you a vegan?
No.
No, me neither.
Thank you. Thank you for watching. That's the Unicorn Circuit for another week. You can follow us on. We've got a Facebook page, which is, I don't know what it is, but we'll put it up there so you can have a look at it. There'll be another Mighty Mods episode out on Thursday. Then there'll be another one out on Monday.
And on this channel
there'll
there's a
be
Skid
another one out
Factory
there.
tomorrow as well.
Is that?
Yep.
Which is coming out soon.
A nerdy one. I'm pretty sure it's about turbos.
Really? I hope so.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome. Those guys take things to a depth that we do not dare to venture because they are professionals.
Mechanics.
And they actually do this for real, for legit. They're awesome. Check it out. That's the Unicorn Circuit. Thank you. And
Not bad for an expired chip. I just got to unlock my car.